In our search for extraterrestrial life, we have always looked for a reflection of ourselves. We scan the heavens for radio signals, for the mathematical precision of a message, for the ordered geometry of a machine. We have been searching for an intelligence. But this assumes that the dominant force in the galaxy is technological, that the most successful form of life would be a builder, a thinker, a communicator. This is a deeply arrogant and dangerously naive assumption. Nature, in its purest and most ruthless form, does not favor the thinker, it favors the survivor. And the ultimate survivor is not the philosopher, but the predator. This brings us to a theory of such profound cosmic horror that it makes all previous concepts of alien contact seem like children's stories. The theory begins with a simple, terrifying question: to an ancient, non-technological life form, what does a planet like Earth look like? The answer is that it doesn't look like anything. It smells. For billions of years, our planet has been screaming its existence into the void, not with radio waves, but with a chemical signature so potent, so undeniably biological, that it is the equivalent of a bleeding animal in a silent forest. The primary component of this galactic scent is free oxygen. In a universe governed by entropy, an element as volatile and reactive as oxygen should not exist in an unbonded state in a planetary atmosphere. It is a chemical flame that should have extinguished itself eons ago. The fact that our atmosphere is 21% oxygen is a screaming anomaly, a constant, powerful signal that a massive, planet-wide chemical process is continuously replenishing it. That process is life's. But the scent is more complex than that. It is a cocktail. It is the oxygen mixed with the precise amount of methane that signifies the coexistence of aerobic and anaerobic life. It is the red edge, the unique way chlorophyll reflects infrared light, a spectral fingerprint that screams photosynthesis across light years. We have not been sending subtle messages. We have been pumping a biological pheromone into the cosmos, a chemical beacon that declares our world is fertile, ripe, and teeming with energy. And for a certain kind of entity, this is not the scent of life. It is the scent of food. What kind of entity would hunt a world? To comprehend this predator, we must abandon all our terrestrial analogies of claws and teeth. We must imagine a form of life as ancient as the stars, a creature whose biology is not based on fragile cells, but on the enduring principles of rock, ice, and collective consciousness. This is the nomadic bioswarm. It is not a single creature, but a gestalt entity, a colossal swarm of trillions of semi-sentient, silicon-based microorganisms that, together, form a singular, patient intelligence. Its default state is hibernation, a form of cosmic estivation. In this state, it is indistinguishable from a large comet. The individual organisms form a dense, crystalline core, which is then shielded by a thick mantle of ordinary water ice and cosmic dust, a natural camouflage that protects it from the harsh radiation of interstellar space for millions, even billions, of years. It is a seed of desolation, drifting on the slow currents of galactic gravity, dormant and waiting. The awakening is a two-stage process. The first trigger is the gentle warmth of a star. As the swarm drifts into a new solar system, the star's radiation begins to sublimate the outer icy shell, cracking and weakening its dormant prison. The second trigger is the scent, the chemical signature of a biosphere. The presence of free oxygen and other biosignatures acts as a catalyst, a signal that activates the dormant hive mind. The swarm awakens from its long slumber, its singular, ancient imperative taking over, to feed, to replicate, and to move on. The fragmentation of free I/Atlas, in this terrifying context, was not an accident or a mechanical failure. It was the creature unfurling. It was the conscious, deliberate shedding of its inert camouflage, the breaking of its own eggshell. The clusters of fragments were not just debris, they were the primary loads of the entity itself, separating and preparing to initiate the planetary consumption protocol. We were not witnessing the death of a comet. We were witnessing the birth of an apocalypse, the awakening of an apex predator that has been hunting the quiet corners of the galaxy since before our world was even formed. The attack of a void predator is not an invasion in any sense we would recognize. There are no ships, no soldiers, no beams of light. It is a biological process, a quiet and inexorable plague that unfolds on a geological timescale. It is an act of planetary digestion. The process begins with the seeding, the event we witnessed as the fragmentation of free ice/Atlas. The primary swarms, now free of their icy shell, are composed of countless smaller fragments, each one a spore of the entity's own alien biochemistry. These spores, ranging in size from dust motes to large boulders, are deliberately scattered into a wide debris trail that the target planet will inevitably pass through in its orbit. This is the first and only overt act of the attack. What follows is the silent takeover. These spores enter the planet's upper atmosphere. They are not destroyed by entry, they are activated by it. They are extremophiles of the highest order, designed to thrive in our atmospheric conditions. This begins stage 1, atmospheric conversion. The alien microbes are hyper-efficient. They begin to consume the very chemicals that signaled our presence, metabolizing free oxygen and methane, and excreting their own waste products, perhaps a cocktail of inert noble gases and sulfur compounds. Over centuries, the very air we breathe becomes toxic to us, but perfectly suited for them. Stage 2 is the oceanic takeover. The spores rain down into the oceans, outcompeting and consuming the native phytoplankton, the very foundation of the planet's food web. The oceans begin to die, turning from a vibrant blue to a sterile, alien green or black as the swarm's biology takes hold, releasing toxins that trigger a mass extinction event for all marine life. Stage 3, the final stage, is lithospheric integration. Now dominant in the air and sea, the swarm begins to work on the land itself. It is a lithivore, a rock eater. It breaks down soil, consumes all remaining biomass, plants, animals, and the remnants of our civilization, and methodically converts the planet's crust into a new, uniform, crystalline substance, the raw material for the next generation of the swarm. The planet is not destroyed. It is converted. It is remade in the predator's own image, its vibrant, diverse biosphere erased and replaced by a silent, monolithic monument to its new master. For decades, we have been haunted by a profound cosmic silence known as the Fermi Paradox. In a galaxy with billions of stars and potentially trillions of habitable planets, the universe should be teeming with loud, technological civilizations. Yet, when we listen to the stars, we hear nothing. The great silence. The question has always been, where is everybody? We have proposed countless answers, that civilizations are too far apart, that they inevitably destroy themselves, that they are hiding from us, or that we are simply the first. The void predator theory provides the simplest, and by far the most horrifying, answer to this paradox. The universe is silent because the silence is a survival strategy. The great filter, the mysterious barrier that prevents civilizations from becoming interstellar, is not a technological hurdle or a sociological problem. The great filter is a predator. The galaxy is a vast, dark hunting ground, and the nomadic bioswarms are its apex predators. Any planet that develops a complex, oxygen-rich biosphere eventually finds its way onto the menu. The silence we observe is the silence of a graveyard. It is the ghostly echo of 1 trillion consumed worlds. We are not the first. We are simply the latest to ring the dinner bell. This theory suggests that the evolution of life in the galaxy is locked in a terrifying race. A biosphere must evolve a technological intelligence capable of understanding this threat and defending itself before its biological scent becomes too strong and attracts a hunter. Most civilizations, it would seem, lose this race. They develop vibrant, planet-wide biospheres long before they develop the technology to protect them. They become detectable, and therefore, they become prey. The night sky is not an empty expanse waiting to be explored. It is a gallery of cosmic ghosts, a silent testament to the countless worlds that screamed their existence into the void and were answered